your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong.
Game of the week. We're here on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Really great time here at St. George's High School for a game between Salesianum and the home team, St. George's. I'm Patrick Ariani's alongside me, Jason Winchell today. And Jay, we got a battle here. St. George's trying to make some teams, some people believe in them today, taking on the powerhouse in Salesianum.
Yeah, they get Salesianum on the schedule. They get them here, 12 o'clock noon. Coming off a huge win last week, St. George's over Appo, 9-7. So they've got momentum right now. They're 4-2 on the year, and a win over Salesianum will help them postseason aspirations.
Absolutely, and now just kind of jumping into both teams a little bit today. First of all, looking at the road team, the visiting team, Salesianum. Terrific start to the season. Coach Donardo has a really good team this year with size, with speed, athleticism, offense and defense. I mean, they're just a well-rounded team. What do you expect to see today from the Sallies?
Yeah, I think Sallies is going to get back to their bread and butter and go get that ground game going behind that great offensive line that you talked about, and then get Watkins and Mora, and they have a lot of people that can definitely run the ball. And then mix in some passes with Mooney, and try and get that offense rolling.
And then as for the St. George's Hawks, you talked about them coming into this game at 4-2. A team that's an upstart team. They made a jump to Division I a few years ago. What can we expect to see from the Hawks?
Yeah, and Coach Wilson has his program getting in the right direction.
Yep.
Last week, Appo went down and scored early in that game, and St. George's was able to hold them down the rest of the game. Only gave up the 7 points, and I think for them, defense is their key. They've done a good job, especially in their conference games, with wins against William Penn and Appoquinimink the last couple of weeks. They're right there, playing good, and Appo last week was the start of a 4-game homestand. So you want to take advantage of these home games, but it's not going to be easy because next week Middletown comes in, followed by Mount Pleasant.
Absolutely, and on the other end, looking at Salesianum, continuing their stretch, they got a tough schedule coming up too. Obviously today, before going back home for 2 games against Hodson, Middletown, finishing up with St. Mark's. Looking at both of these teams, I don't think it's too early, Jay, to start looking into playoffs. And right now, how do you see these two teams sitting and also going forward with the tough end of the seasons? How do you think this shakes out?
Yeah, I was in the bunker last week along with Mike Lang. It's interesting because he has Sallies 5 and St. George's 6. I have it the other way around right now. So both teams, but there's 4 or 5 teams fighting for those last 2 spots. So, both are looking for a win here today to help that further along. And like you said, Sallies the next couple weeks have Hodson and Middletown, and finish with St. Mark's. Right now they're lost to Smyrna, who only has 1 loss, so that could get them bonus points. And they also have that loss to
Episcopal, correct?
Who is undefeated and ranked high up there in PA. So a chance for a couple bonus points there. So the good thing is that they want to start winning against some of these quality teams.
Yeah, and that could start here today, obviously. Weather-wise, it's a nice brisk day. The weather really hasn't changed too much. It looks like we avoided a little bit of rain a little bit earlier in the week. When the conditions are the way that they are today, nice sunny day on AstroTurf, who do you think that favors a little more in this one between these two teams?
Wow, that's interesting because Sallies is more of that power running game, which St. George's probably has a little bit more of the speed, which is, I think the speed's helpful on the turf. That's why Sallies this year has been playing most of their home games at either AI or Brandywine grass surfaces. They like the grass surfaces. So St. George's is on the turf. Let's see if that gives them an advantage, home field advantage.
Absolutely. So what we'll do here is we're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the state as well and dive in to some keys to this game for both teams. After the break, you're watching the 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290 Game of the Week. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to 302 Sports Game of the Week. Salesianum, St. George is set for a noon kickoff here. And Jay, just moments away, a couple minutes away from kickoff. Let's look a little deeper into this game a little bit and talk a little keys. What are some keys, starting with the visiting team, Salesianum, if they want to continue their ways here and get a quality win?
Yeah, I think this Salesianum is all about they want to get their defense set. They gave up a lot of yards on the ground to that Episcopal team that's really good, but then last week they shut Mastery down. So I think the defense wants to shut the St. George's offense down, and then also get the offensive line moving forward and picking up positive yards on first and second down.
And then looking over to the home team here, St. George's Hawks, again trying to make themselves a legitimate case for a playoff spot here, coming in at 4-2. What does Coach Wilson's group have to do to knock off, a very, very talented Salesianum team?
I think what they want to do is they want to play ahead of the sticks on offense, and on defense force Salesianum to pass the ball. Because if Sallies gets that running game going and they stay ahead of the chain, it's hard for defense to stop that Salesianum team. So, like I said, on defense they want to force Salesianum to pass, and then on offense they want to stay ahead of the sticks.
Absolutely. So we got ourselves a good one lined up for the rest of the way here. So we're going to take our final commercial break before kickoff. When we come back, we're going to have kickoff live here from St. George's. You're watching a 302 Sports Game of the Week.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner.
Kickoff to start this game off. We're really excited for this one. I'm Patrick Arianes, along with Jason Winchell. Right now, we do have the national anthem going, so we're going to listen in here to the Salesianum band's presentation of it, and then we'll dive into the game after that. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem there, Jason Winchell, and we got ourselves a beautiful day for football. St. George's Salesianum coming at you, Jay, and we talked a little bit in the pregame about it, and for the listeners listening on Fox Sports 1290, we'll review again for you some of the keys for both teams. What do you expect to see from the visiting Salesianum team coming in trying to build off some momentum?
And Sallies is going to get the ball first, so like I said, I want them to go and get a good start. It's first drive's a forward, and they want to stay ahead of the six, get their running game going. St. George's wants to force into a passing attack.
Absolutely, and you look at St. George's. What are some of the keys for them as well? Trying to hold their home field advantage here, and coming in off of two big victories, including one last week against Appoquinimink.
Yeah, they want to keep Sallies and force into a passing game, and then go from there.
Absolutely. Back deep to return for Salesianum. It looks to be number 27, Liam Mara, and number 29, Joshua Johnson. On to kick for St. George's is number 24, Edward Ingram. And this one's popped up. It's going to be received at about the 30-yard line from Carmine Poppity. He gets across the 35, and that's where he'll be tackled by a host of the St. George's Hawks. And Salesianum will get their first look at their offense here. 1st and 10, and it looks to be the 36-yard line. We'll get a first look here now, Jay, at the Salesianum offense, led out by number 7, Dylan Mooney, the quarterback.
Yeah, and Mooney's starting since opening game after the injury in the preseason to the starter, and he's running this offense effectively.
Here's Watkins. You're going to hear a lot of Andrew Watkins in this football game. He gets to carry up the middle, nears the 40-yard line, pickup of about 4 yards. And Watkins, Jay, one of the most talented players in the state of Delaware.
Yeah, one thing about Watkins is, he missed a couple games in that stretch after Dover, so he's getting his feet starting to go again and churn, and he gets to run behind this great offensive line.
And it looks to he's shaken up on this play. He will go to the sidelines on this one, limping off. Joey Montooth, number 6, will be the tailback. I formation for Salesianum to give it to Mara, the up back, and there is nothing there. Great job by that St. George's front. I believe a loss of 1 on that play.
Yeah, that's one thing St. George's, I told you, their defense has been stout the last couple games, and a good start here. They're 4 Sallies in the 3rd and long, and that's what I said. If the defense can force them in the 3rd and long, Coach Wilson's going to have a good day.
That was number 51, Michael Santos, in on that play. Salesianum, receiver, slot to the near side, I formation, drop back and pass. It's complete, but there is just nothing there. That was Rasheen Kalk on the catch, and it was beautiful, beautiful coverage there by number 5, Lamar Wright. Gain of maybe 2.
What a great open field tackle by Wright there. And like you said, he tackles him short of the sticks, forces 4th and 5. And what a start for the St. George's defense, forces a 3 and out.
You talked about it, Jay. Their defense has been buzzing the last few weeks. Only gave up 14 points to a talented up-and-coming William Penn team, and held Appoquinimink to 7 points last week. This week, you start off with a 3 and out. Ben Turolski on to punt for Salesianum. He gets this one away. It's going to be fielded and immediately hit number 7, Giovanni Sanchez. Great coverage there by Salesianum.
Yeah, and good job by St. George's to hold on to that ball because he was hit immediately. Sometimes you might want to call a fair catch. That would have been a good. I think that would have been a good spot because Sallies had that well covered.
That's a good point. And now the St. George's offense. We'll get our first look at them. They're going to start at the 29-yard line. And let's see what they come out with here. Quarterback is going to be number 1, Nair Wilson. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he had a strong game last week against Appo.
And they get the screen pass completed here out to Riley Dean, who gets across the 35 to the 37. Nice 8-yard pickup on first down, Jay.
Love that call on the first play of the game. Coach Wilson comes out, throws that little wide receiver screen, and they pick up 8 yards. And I said, Key, stay ahead of the sticks. They do it there on that big first down play.
And, you know, Wilson is one of those guys you don't see a lot of quarterbacks like this in the state of Delaware. He looks like an offensive lineman out there, but boy, this young man can sling it. We were watching him in pregame. Here he's lined up in a shotgun set. He's going to turn and give it to his halfback. Nothing doing. Oh, nice spin move. Breaking a tackle was Lamar Wright, but great job by the Salesianum defense, and that'll be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Sally's defense was all over that. A host of tackles made that play. And like you said, a good spin move by Wright, but Sally's was right there to eat them up after the spin move, too, and force this big third down play.
Big third down play is right. And Salesianum up front has some pass rushers, including number 5, James Yelbert. Keep an eye on him here. Third down, trips to the far side. They're going to spread the field out. Single receiver to the near side, right in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's going to give it off to his halfback, and he gets to the 40-yard line where he is crushed. Nice tackle on the play there by number 89. Not quite sure who that is. They have some number changes going on for Salesiana, but that was a good carry there nonetheless by Tyrell Martin for a first down.
Yeah, and like you said, he got the first down, and then he was met immediately. A good stick, but just enough for the first down. That's what happens when you're 3rd and 2. You can set up a short running play.
Wilson and Martin, same set, same formation. They give it once again to him, and he gets tripped up by his own player there in the backfield. Nice job. Good penetration from the Salesiana front.
Yeah, Salesianum was all over that. Aaron Pierce was in there, but like you said, tripped over his own player. But Pierce forced it by getting in there. Had his schedule.
Second down and 11 for the St. George's offense. 2 backs in the backfield as well as Wilson. 2 receivers to the near side. They'll drop back, quick screen yet again, and this one's completed to number 11, Tyreek Martin, who takes it to the 45, pick up a 6. Rasheem Kalk on the tackle.
Yeah, again, their 2 big plays have been those screen passes. 1 for 8 and now 1 for 6. Kalk does make the tackle, but St. George's gets in that 3rd and 5 range.
That is 3rd and 5. 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. Wilson will be all alone in the backfield. Trips to the far side, 2 receivers to the near. Looks to be man-to-man coverage here from Salesiano. Snap goes to Wilson. He drops back. Pressure coming up the middle. Rolls left. Throws deep. He's got a man, and he's going to overshoot his intended target there, Tyreek Martin.
There's that good arm you were talking about. Like you said, just overshot him, but that could be there all day for the St. George's team.
Very well could, Jay. He just flicked that ball about 45, 50 yards, overshooting
and he made it look
target.
effortlessly.
Yeah, he does. He did. He does have an impressive arm. Nonetheless, 4th and 5, upcoming punting unit on for St. George's. Punt is away by Riley Dean. Takes St. George's bounce at the 35 and will be down at the 24. And that's where Salesianum will take over for their 2nd possession of the game.
Yeah, and like you said, a favorable St. George's bounce, and Sallies starts deep in their own territory at their 24. St. George's likes this. They got the field position game going early, but let's see if the defense can force another 3 and out.
And let's see if Watkins gets back into this football game.
Yeah, he missed a couple games earlier in the year because of an ankle injury, and he looked like he was limping off the field after that first play. So
2 receivers to the near side. It's Mara and Montooth in the backfield. This will be Mara up the middle towards the right sideline. Minimum gain there. Pickup of about 2 or 3 yards. Good job there by the St. George's defense. defense on first down.
Yeah, I like the way they're playing on the first down. They're holding Salesianum to minimum gains.
This could be a large factor in this game here, Jason. If Watkins is unable to return, he looked to be some sort of leg injury when he left the field. And once again, Mara and Montooth in the backfield. Mooney under center, split backs, and there's a false start.
Someone forgot the snap count. It looked like both the receivers jumped.
And there's the mistakes that'll definitely hurt you.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach DiNardo's not happy over there on the sidelines.
Absolutely not.
He preaches perfection all the time over there at Salesianum, and he's done a great job. First at Middletown and now at Salesianum as a head coach.
Absolutely. After the 5-yard penalty, it'll be a 2nd down and 12. Same formation, split backs for Sallies. Mooney takes the snap. He'll give it to Montooth, or that's Mara. He picks up the penalty yardage back up. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and that's why that penalty hurts. Instead of being 3rd and 2, now you're 3rd and 7. Last time on 3rd and 7, I believe Salesianum threw the ball, came up short. So let's see if we'll see Mooney throw the ball.
Yeah, we will. Same formation, split backs, 2 receivers to the near side. Mooney takes the snap. He will roll out. And there is nothing doing. He is dropped in the backfield. Great penetration from Donovan Delaney, number 8, flying upfield and tackling him for a loss.
I thought St. George's would have that speed factor there. He just flew in, make the tackle, and again, a 3-and-out for the Salesianum offense.
Great job there by St. George's defense. Coach is going to love that. I believe Lee Sibley's down there. He's been with Coach Wilson for a while over at St. Mark's, and they've seen Salesianum a lot over the years.
I was they've played Salesianum every year over there at St. Mark's. So.
Tarolski on the punt, back deep to return is Sanchez. This is a high one, received at the 36, muffed. Ball still loose, and Sanchez gets the fall on top of it at the 29. Almost disaster for St. George's.
Yeah, almost disaster, but what that fumble did is it gave Salesianum extra yards, and now instead of St. George's starting like near the 40, they're starting at 29.
It was about an 8 yards difference because of the muffed punt.
But what a boomer that punt was.
It was a good one, no doubt about it, and now St. George's will look for their 2nd possession of the game offensively. 5:12 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, fast-moving quarter with the, so far, St. George's now in their 2nd possession.
Wilson's got 2 receivers lined out to the right. He's going to roll left. Pressure coming. He's hit, and he will be dropped in the backfield. 3 Salesianum defenders back there, but the sack made by number 50, Tony Dean.
Dean was there, like you said, to get the credit for the sack, but he had help with Yarborough and a host of others. Sallies was not fooled by that play. And now, with passing there and you get the sack, now you're at 2nd and real long.
8-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 18. Not what the St. George's Hawks wanted to see. Wilson in the backfield. Running back to his right end behind him. He'll pitch it to the deep man. Looking to get around the outside, and maybe picking up 1 yard on the play was Lamar Wright, but Salesianum swarming defensively.
Oh, yeah. Salesianum's defense is all over that. Like I said, the biggest plays for St. George's have been the screen passes so far.
Yeah, that they have. And
14 yards on 2 of them, and not much else going.
Salesianum obviously in a little bit of a man-to-man defense. And now St. George's will spread it out. 5 receivers, trips to the near side. Wilson's back. Wide receiver, a screen again, and Kalk almost picked it, and it'll fall to the turf incomplete.
There's Kalk. He saw that play twice before, Pat, and he was not fooled. He broke on that and almost got the interception. Wow.
Great job there by Kalk. Almost forcing a turnover, but it will be a 4th down here for St. George's. And Jay, I'm gonna bring this up. Salesianum starts jumping that pass. Look a little later in the game for a fake.
Correct.
That could be a little bit of gamesmanship going on from Coach Wilson. Dean on to punt for St. George's, pinned deep in their own zone. He gets it away. He gets it to about midfield, and that was a fair catch called for.
And I think that's going to be fair catch interference, Pat.
It is. You can see there, Anthony Fortuna called for the fair catch, was then run into by a St. George's defender. I believe that was Sanchez.
Talk about field position all of a sudden switching. Sallies is going to start this possession in St. George's territory.
That they are. 3:46 to go in the first quarter. The ball, I believe, was down at the 48, so is this a 15-yarder, Jay?
I can't remember if it's 15. I know in college it is. I'm not sure in high school. They go from the spot of the foul. And
That was around midfield, so we're going to see. It's going to be a
15, so they're going to get at the third.
short field here for Salesianum. First down and 10 at the 35.
Wow. So talk about Sallies is buried in their first two drives in their own territory. One thing I would note about Salesianum, they got a great kicker, a field goal kicker who can hit from 40 plus out. So
Is something to keep in mind. I formation. Watkins back in the game. He'll get the carry. Go to the left side. He gets hit at around the 34. Falls forward to the 31. Pick up a 4 yards on that play.
yeah, and if you're Salesianum, it'll take 4 yards on first down and sets up second and 6. It's good to see Watkins back in there.
That it is. He is definitely a workhorse for Salesianum. 3:20 to go, and St. George's defense is going to have to come up with a big-time stop here.
Yeah, they are.
Tight formation, I formation as well for Salesianum. Watkins, the deep back, he gets the carry, goes left side again, bounces it outside. He's got some room. He's got the first down, and he gets down close to the 20. There is a penalty marker down on the play,
Yeah, I think this is going to be holding against Salesianum.
and it is. And you can see on the bounce back, on the bounce out, the jump cut there from Watkins, it looked like a defender was dragged to the turf, and I think that's what the official saw.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head, Pat. But you can see what Watkins does. He's able to make that move, and like you said, he would have picked up a first down, but to get the holding penalty.
This is a big-time penalty for Sallies. It's going to move them back all the way to the 42-yard line.
Second and 16.
Second and 16 upcoming for the Sallies. Mooney takes the shotgun snap. Quick strike is completed there to number 11, Jack Kelly, but minimum gain will play, maybe 4 or 5 yards. Great coverage once again by the St. George's secondary.
Yeah, like you said, great coverage, and they came up and made the tackle right away. But if you're Salesianum, you did, instead of, second and 16, now you're third and 13, third and 12, so.
That was a great play there by number 12, Zach Adams, the sophomore, coming up and making the play. Salesianum once again going shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. It's going to be a QB sneak here from Mooney, and that's a minimum gain, maybe 5 or 6 yards on
Now
the play.
I'm wondering if they set that up because they're going for it on fourth down, or are they going to try a field goal here, Pat?
That's a great question. We're going to
'Cause
see.
He did run to the middle of the field.
He did. And it looks like you're right, Jay. It looks like they're going to kick a field goal here. It's 4th down and 7. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. No, they're not. It looks like the field goal unit wasn't ready.
Yeah, they weren't ready, and that's not going to make Coach happy if he called that play to set that up.
4th down and 7 for Salesianum at their own 32. This give is on the end around. This is Johnson making a few men miss down to about the 23-yard line.
First down.
And it'll be a first down for Sallies. Great job there by Joshua Johnson getting around the edge. Beautiful play design.
Great play call there by Coach Donardo on that fourth down play. And maybe he did have an idea with that third down play to get it to the middle of the field to set up a little razzle-dazzle there on fourth down.
Well, it allowed them to get to either side of the field. Run it to either side. Once again, the shotgun 2-receiver set. Mara is the single backfield next to Mooney. The give will go to Mara. Up the middle, nothing doing. He does second effort, ball's loose. The ball is loose. Let's see who comes up with it. St. George's thinks they have it.
I think they do, Pat.
And they do.
There you go. Great defense by St. George's. That's what happens sometimes when you want to fight for those extra yards. You have to protect the ball, and great job by St. George's forcing the fumble.
And that was, like you said, tremendous. They had him bottled up, Jay.
Yes.
In the second effort, the ball popped loose. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 20. What a play considering the field position, Jason.
Yeah, this has been a strange first quarter where St. George's had the field possession early, then Sallies had it late, but St. George's defense forces the turnover.
And now we get to see Nair Wilson once again in the backfield. Trips to the near side. Another quick screen. Double pass coming. They're going deep, and it's incomplete. Double pass. Riley Dean threw that up for number 11 there, Tyreek Martin. And that was good coverage there by number, I believe that was Rasheem Kalk on the play. But how about that? The razzle-dazzle, Jay. They ran quick screen 3 plays in a row, and then you saw the alteration off of it.
Yeah, like you said, you were calling about that earlier. That's something they're going to set up for later.
It doesn't hit. It was great coverage by Salesianum staying home. And it's 2nd down and 10. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. Wilson's got a full house backfield behind him in the gun. Another quick screen. This one's caught and dropped is number 6, Zakai Chambly. There was nothing doing there. Great job. Jack Healy gets over there to make the tackle. Looks like a penalty against Salesianum, Jay.
Yeah.
After the whistle.
Yeah. Again, great coverage by Salesianum. They are reading those screen passes and not letting the penalty, and that will never make a coach happy. Looks like it was just a 5-yarder. I wonder if it was a incidental face mask, Pat.
It might have been. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Hawks. Wilson got 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side after the motion. Wilson takes the snap, gives it back to Sanchez, and there's nothing doing. Salesianum all over that play, Jay.
Salesianum defense is just, they're not letting St. George's get anything going on the ground.
Loss of 1.
And that will probably do it for the first quarter here.
And let's see, we're approaching 10 seconds to see if Coach Wilson even decides to snap the football. I don't think they will. They're going to let this clock wind down and make their decision here in the second quarter. After 1 quarter of play, we're scoreless here at St. George's High School. Thanks for watching on 302 Sports and listening on Fox Sports 1290. We'll see you after the break.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your
We're in second quarter action, scoreless game here between St. George's and Salesianum. And this has been a good matchup. A 3rd down and about 5 upcoming here for St. George's at their own 25-yard line. They're going to come out here with a single back in the backfield with Nair Wilson in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. Wilson takes the snap. He's dropping back, looking to throw. Hits the slant, and that should be good enough for first down yardage as he finds his intended target there, Kamir Abu, lining up and finding the soft spot in the zone. First down and 10, Salesianum. Beautiful find by Wilson there. He really sold the bubble screen to the slot receiver and came back, fired a strike across the middle. First and 10 at the 32-yard line for St. George's. It'll be Wilson and Martin in the backfield. Trips to the far side. Wilson takes the snap. He's looking, rolling to the far side. It's tripped up and will be sacked. It's James Yelbert getting a piece of the quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to mention his name a lot today. He's just brings the pressure all game long for that Salesianum pass rush. But again, you see St. George's is moving the ball with the passing game, but Sallies is doing a good job against the running game.
That they are, and you know, Yelbert is the prototypical pass rusher you look for in the game of football.
Yeah. He's got size and he's got speed.
Yes, he does. That loss was about 6 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 16. Wilson will be all alone in the backfield. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. He'll take the snap, drop back, look. He's going to hit and look to the left side on a quick hitch route there. Pass was intended for Tyreek Martin. Throws his target, and Johnson once again on the coverage out there for Salesianum.
Yeah, good job by Johnson, but man, he had some mustard on that football, man. He rifled that one in there, and like you said, just a little high. But man, I like his arm.
You do. You gotta like his arm.
Wow. Like you said, he's built like a lineman.
He is.
But I'll tell you what, he has the skills for the quarterback position.
He does. I mean, we were just talking about the last play there. He looked off a bubble screen and fired that slant for a first down. Now he's going to have to get a little more creative. 3rd and 16. Empty backfield. Trips to the near side. 2 receivers to the far. Wilson takes the snap, dropping back, looking. It's a middle screen, and they find his target, but nowhere to go there for Riley Dean. Great job there. I believe that was number 45 for Salesianum on the tackle. Not quite sure whose number that is. But there is a penalty against St. George's. It looks to have been a holding. This will probably get declined.
Yeah, I'd probably decline it, but I like the play call there. 3rd down and long. You throw that little bubble screen. But Sallies was all over it. Great open field tackle by a number we don't have on the roster.
Yeah, Salesian did. I believe they had a couple call-ups over the last couple of weeks, and some jersey numbers have changed. We'll have to get an updated roster at some point. On to punt once again for St. George's is Dean. Still scoreless in this game, Jay.
Yeah, so far both of his punts have had high hang time.
And this is another great one. It's going to bounce at the 42 and go out of bounds at the 39. Great job by Dean there.
Yes.
Pushing Salesianum back about as far as he could. 39-yard lines where the Sal's will take over.
Yeah, and so far defense for both teams has been great so far. And so let's see if which offense can get on track here first. Sallies had that turnover last possession when they were at the St. George's 20. St. George's has done a good job.
I formation. They'll give it to Watkins. He goes up the middle, and he'll fall forward for about 3 yards. Great job there by St. George's. Very narrow holes for the Salesianum running backs to run through.
Yeah, this is one of the better times I've seen a defensive line hole with the Sallies offensive line, and they're doing a great job. And Watkins fought for those extra yards there, I mean, because they had him battle up at the line of scrimmage. Like you said, he's such a big guy.
And that was a great job. Santos coming up and filling that hole, number 51 for St. George's. He's had a good start to this game at the middle linebacker position.
Yeah.
Mooney, play action pass, hits Mara in the flat. That's a first down across midfield. Tackle made by Sanchez, but great job there from Sallies, running the play action fast, and Mooney making a nice, smart decision, getting it to the running back in the flat.
Yeah, and Mooney's been pretty good so far when he's throwing the ball, and they're a good call. And Sallies picks up a key first down.
1st and 10, midfield for the Sal's. I formation once again. Watkins in the backfield will give it to him. He's going to try and get out to this near sideline. Nothing doing. Great job by the Hawks defense. And Tyreek Martin tackles him for a loss.
Yeah, Martin read that so well, and then he gets in the backfield with the speed and able to make the tackle. And, wow, I've been really impressed with the St. George's defense here today, Pat.
They're bottling up this
Yep.
Salesianum offense. There is just nowhere to run for these running backs right now. And I got to be honest with you, this is one of those times where, maybe Coach DiNardo has to filter in a little more of that play action pass.
Yeah.
Keep the defense honest, because it seems that St. George is just selling out to stop the run. Split backs. Montooth in the game for Salesianum. And they're going to give this to Mara on the end around here, or on the counter play. He's going to fight forward with this second effort. St. George has had him bottled up in the backfield, but he somehow falls forward and picks up one.
Yeah, we saw that earlier on the play where he fumbled. That Moore is a guy who's going to fight for all those extra yards. And there you like it because he was able to get something back. But it sets up a 3rd and a long here for Salesianum, which this is the down and distance that this Sally's offense does not want to be in today.
3rd and 13. Montooth will be the deep back in the I formation. 2 receivers to the far side. Here's the play action pass. Mooney's going to set up and throw. He's going deep for Joshua Johnson, and it is intercepted. Did he stay in bounds, though? And there's a penalty marker on the field.
Yeah, I thought that. I wonder if the receiver, it looked like he tripped, but I wonder if he was pushed down.
That was Zakai Chambly in coverage. That penalty looks to be in. There was some contact there. This may be a pass interference, and it is against St. George's.
Now, in high school, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, but it's not an automatic first down. But here, 3rd and 13, 15 yards is obviously going to give Sally's the first down.
Salesianum's going to get bailed out there. There was some contact, however. That was a close play. It was a tremendous effort there by Chambly.
Yeah, both the receiver and the defender were fighting down the sideline, and sometimes they let it go, and sometimes they're going to call the contact, and there they made the call, and Salesianum gets lucky because that ball was picked off.
1st and 10 for Salesianum now at their own 39-yard line. I'm sorry, at the Georgia's 39. They're going to play action pass again. They're going deep, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver on the play was Healy. Great coverage there by Giovanni Sanchez.
Great coverage, and Healy's such a good receiver. I like that play call. Right after you get that penalty, why not take a shot? You're not moving the ball on the ground. Take that shot. But again, great coverage by St. George's. I've been impressed by both these teams' secondaries.
Yes.
Because both these teams have come out throwing the football, and they're doing a good job against it.
That they are, and you're starting to see Salesianum have to try and filter in some passes. Now what they're comfortable with is they go to a pitch here to Watkins. He's around the outside, gets some room, and there's the first little bit of room of the day for him. He picks up a first down on that play.
Yeah, and I like that. Watkins has had success up the middle. Let's pitch it to the outside and see if we can get him going to the outside. And there he, gets a good lane and was able to pick up another first down. And Sallies is starting to move the ball a little bit this drive. Obviously, the one first down was by the penalty, but they also got 2 other first downs.
The 11-yard pickup brings up a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Mooney under center, quick pitch this time. This is out once again to Watkins looking for room, but there's nothing there. This St. George's defense is all over the field, Jason.
They are. I mean, this defense is they're just not letting Salesianum get any holes.
1-yard pickup on the play. 7:11 remaining here until halftime. And there's a timeout for St. George's. We're going to take one with them here When we come back, we'll continue this game. Thanks for listening on Fox Sports 1290 and watching on 302 Sports.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership. Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership. Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs.
And welcome back here to 302 Sports, Fox Sports presentation of this game of the week. And second down at 9, Salesianum will take the direct snap. Mooney goes up the middle, picks up about 6 yards on a play, bringing up a 3rd down and 3 for Salesianum. Nice play there for the Sallies.
Yeah, and we've seen Mooney run with the ball a couple times in this one, especially up that middle where he's had success. He did it that 1/3 and forever and was able to help Salesianum convert on the 4th down. And here, nice sets up that 3rd and manageable.
3rd down and a long 3, perhaps 4 here for the Sallies. Mooney will take the snap, go up the middle again. Nothing doing. Great job once again by that St. George's front. And that tackle was made there by number 36, Tyrell Martin. 4th down and 2.
This is going to be an interesting call, and I think Sal's going to take a timeout here. 4th and 2, only 2 yards to go. Do you go for the 1st down, or do you kick the field goal?
We'll find out after this break. We're going to take another commercial break here. When we come back, we'll see what Salesianum draws up here on Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years
And Andrew Watkins takes that one in for a touchdown here. As now Salesianum gets on the board to start this one off on the nice 12-yard run. 6-0 Sal's, 5:33 to go in the second.
Yeah, before the break, I teased you about whether they were going to go for it. They went on for it on 4th down, picked it up, and then Watkins hits the 12-yard TD run.
Absolutely. Big-time score on to attempt the extra point, and that is up and good is Hunter Simmons. 7-0 Salesianum here after that one, and you're talking about it, Jay. That big fourth down run from Liam Mara sets up Watkins for that touchdown.
It looked like St. George's had him stopped initially right at the line, and Mora fought for that extra yards, got the big first down, and then was able to set up the touchdown one by Watkins. And Watkins was able to get to the outside there for the score, and that's an impressive. Sally's offense finally got a drive going, but the big key was that 3rd and 13 pass interference call that gave them the first down.
That is right, because it looked to be a turnover potentially. Salesianum gets the penalty, and they took advantage of it. They made it hurt. 7-0. And then back deep for St. George's, you got a trifecta of players. Lamar Wright, Giovanni Sanchez, and number 9, Kinir Abu.
Yeah, and I said St. George's has great speed. This kicker, Simmons, has a powerful leg, so does he try and kick it in the end zone for a touchback, or does he try and keep it out of this St. George's dangerous speed's hands?
We'll see. Simmons. He's going to boot this deep.
I might be in that field goal.
And it's through the uprights and good.
Wow.
Young man's got a boot on him.
Oh.
There's no doubt about it, the transfer student. St. George's will get the ball at the 25, I believe, correct? On that touchback? Or is it the 20?
I believe high school's still the 20. College and pros now are both the 25. High school hasn't adopted that one yet. That might be in the works. You normally don't see kickers in high school booted to the end zone, so.
No, and if they do, they're scraping that goal line.
His was wow.
1st and 10 here for St. George's, looking to answer. Nair Wilson in the backfield at quarterback. Dean, the motion man, going from near to far side. They'll give it to the back here. A couple jump cuts, pick up of about 3 yards there for number 7, Giovanni Sanchez.
That's probably their best run in the game. 3 yards. You know, they've finally got something going here. But you know what Coach Wilson would like? A 5-minute, 17 drive, result in some points, and then get the ball to start the second half.
2nd down and 7 for the Hawks. Bo right out, as well as right in the backfield. This is a quick hitch completed from Wilson out to number 11 there, Tyreek Martin. And that'll be good enough for a first down, Jay. 8 yards on that play.
Yeah, I like that. A little, like you said, a little quick hitch, 8-yard pickup, first down, and get chains moving here.
Yeah, great job by Martin getting to the sticks. A lot of times you see these young high school football players run their hitches short of the sticks. He got past it there. Great job.
And let's see if later down the line they a little fake hitch and go.
Perhaps. We'll see. Wilson takes the snap, gives it to the up back there, nothing doing. Lost footing, it looked like there, for Bo Rideout.
Yeah, I like the call. You still, St. George's, you still got to run the ball. And you haven't run it effectively, but you got to run the ball so you're not passing every down. And the defense can face it. So I like these couple first down runs, and both times they picked up 3 yards.
2nd down and 7. 4 minutes to go until halftime. Wilson takes the snap, gives it to the tailback. Once again, this is Sanchez up the middle, about 3 yards again. So setting his team up with a 3rd down and about 4, 3rd and manageable for the Hawks.
Yes. Like you said, St. George's, if they can play in front of the sticks, it just sets up everything because they can add that screen pass, which is dangerous. Run. And we haven't seen the quarterback run yet, but it looks like he could knock people over.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Wilson, the junior quarterback here. Perhaps you'll see him on short yardage situations here. 3rd down and 4, he'll be in the gun. Tailback next to him is Tyrell Martin. He'll take the snap. He'll roll to the right. He's looking across the middle. It was a great throw, but also a great hit on the play. Intended receiver was Riley Dean. It falls incomplete. Big time hit there to lodge the ball free from Rasheem Kalk.
Hawk is just such a great defensive back. He reads that play so well, and like you said, his timing was perfect. He hit him as soon as the ball hit the receiver's hands, and that makes that ball even tougher to catch.
4th down and 4, and the punting unit once again has to come on for St. George's. Is unable to really get any kind of momentum going against this stout Salesianum defense.
No, Sal's defense has been good here in the first half.
Dean on to punt. He's had good ones. This one will be blown dead. It was another good punt by him.
I think it was a false start.
And it was. False start against St. George's. Will have to move this ball back 5.
And what you don't like is he went ahead and punted the ball, and now does that affect this punt at all? Sally's looking at this like, oh, we could get good field position again with only 3 minutes left here in the second quarter.
.303 to go until halftime. Dean, low snap, gets it off, and it's an end-over-end punt. It's going to be fielded at the 38, and not much doing there for number 18, Anthony Fortuna. Gets to the 40-yard line where Sal's will take over 1st and 10, Jay.
Yeah, what I like is his hang time is so good it gets the defense time to get down there.
2:55 to go until halftime. Salesianum now looking to add to their 7-0 lead. And they've been good so far. Both defenses have been stout.
Yes.
1st down run. Going to go to Watkins. He goes up the middle, fights his way forward, maybe picks up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. Like the play call there for, run the ball. Salesianum still has 2 timeouts and 2:40 left. This might be the down where you see Salesianum pass the ball.
Perhaps you are right. 2nd down and 7 for the Sows. 2.5 to go. 7-0 lead. Patrick Ariani's along with Jason Winchell for this one. It is a play-action pass. They're going deep, and it's caught. Rasheem Kalk, the basketball player, goes up and grabs it. Pickup of about 30 yards on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 Salesianum at the 33-yard line.
He's had a great game defensively there. What an outstanding. He went up and fought the ball. Excellent coverage. And he just went up and got it at the highest point. And that's what you teach your receivers. Grab the ball at the highest point.
The basketball player comes out of him on that one. Great effort from Kalk. 1st and 10, Salesianum. And there's a timeout. Coach DiNardo wants to talk things over after the big pickup. 2:06 to go to halftime. We'll take a break with them here on Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports.
At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal.
And there you see Watkins, Jay, welcome back in. Picks up a 1st down on the pitch there, and Salesianum once again looks to have things going offensively here.
Yeah, they seem to get that run to the outside. Watkins the last few times has been successful, and there it was again.
This one, Watkins going, trying the other side. A little more room for him here the last few runs. He'll get the first down, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 15. I'm sorry, not a first down. It'll be 8 yards on that play.
But there's the senior knowing that Salesianum's down to one timeout left, gets out of bounds, saves some time after a positive 8 yards on the run.
2 consecutive times now they've run this pitch play, and they've had room. Early in the game, it seemed like the whole entire St. George's defense had him bottled up on these outside runs. The last few, it's been one-on-one matchups. Watkins wins those. 2nd down and 3. I apologize. It was a 7-yard gain. Play action pass. They got Kalk in the back of the end zone. Ball's underthrown, and great coverage there by Lamar Wright. Knocks it away.
Yeah, and that could have been an interception if Kalk doesn't come back and breaks it up. He showed why he plays defensive back there, too. He came back and broke the pass up. Like we said, we know Simmons has a leg, so you do not want a turnover down here.
No, you do not. 3rd down and 3. Let's see what Salesianum does here. You talk about having a timeout in their pocket. Perhaps they run the football here, get this clock moving,
Yeah,
and at the worst case scenario, you kick a field goal.
Yeah, that's why I like that call on 2nd down. Second and 2, take a shot at the end zone with the pass.
Mooney gives it off to Watkins. Up the middle. Great job, and stopped short of the line of gain there by number 36, Tyrell Martin.
Yeah, and like they said, the best part is for Salesianum, you can kick the field goal, or you could go for it again. I think we're going to send the field goal unit out
And
here.
here comes Simmons. Hunter Simmons. Spectacular leg.
As we saw on the kickoff, where he kicked it out of through the uprights.
This should be a chip shot for him, then. However, timeout on the field, it looks here, by St. George's. They want to set up a field goal block. We'll take our final break of the first half with them here on 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002.
And we're back here, 4th down. They're going to go for it, Jay. They changed their minds. Mooney is hit from behind, and he's sacked in the backfield. Great job there by Tyson Blakeney. And what a stop for St. George's.
That's going to fire up this defense going in here in the second half. St. George's will get the ball to start. But wow, that's an interesting decision there. Field goal puts you up 2 scores. But Coach Sonardo, after the timeout, tried to get it on 4th down, and a great defensive effort there by St. George's.
It is an interesting decision. Without a doubt here, Jason, you got a Division I caliber kicker on your team, set up for a chip shot field goal, and going to go up 2 scores, and they decide to go for it. That's a big-time stop by St. George's.
Yeah, like I said, I'll give them momentum here in the second half. Let's see what they do here. Still 51 seconds.
And here's the QB run you've been calling for, Jay. Wilson up the middle, lowers the boom. 1st down and 10 across the 35.
I know I wouldn't want to try and tackle him, but man, like you said, he laid the wood and gets the 1st down. I like that play call.
43 seconds to go into the break here, Jay. Let's see. St. George is in the no huddle. Sanchez in the backfield. Wilson back looking, firing. He's got his receiver who falls down inbounds. That might hurt. Tyreek Martin will pick up 7, but the clock is running.
I think St. George's got to call their last time out here.
And St. George's will take their last time out here. And right now, Jay, you're in the 2-minute offense. St. George's looking to get something going before the half. This could be a huge momentum shift here.
Yeah, it definitely can, you know. That's why I like that call on 1st down, because if he doesn't get anything, then you can take a knee and run it out. But he gets that big gain, and now all of
You
a
get
sudden,
the offense going, yeah.
right? You still have time, but now with 27 seconds and no timeouts, you have to pick up first downs and you have to get out of bounds.
It's huge here, Jay, and right now St. George is trying to make something happen. They get the big stop on 4th down, where after Salesianum could have made this a 2-possession game. They go down and score here, Jay. They tied this game up potentially at the break. You get the ball coming out of half.
Ball after the half, so I mean, Coach Wilson's got to like it here, and we've seen Wilson. We've seen the quarterback's arm. So he can fire deep, and it's something to watch out. Wilson's got a big arm.
Let's see what he comes up with. He'll be at an empty backfield, 2 receivers to the far side, 3 to the near. 2nd down and 4. Wilson back, looking, firing deep, down the middle. He's got a man streaking, and it's incomplete. It was Sanchez, and there's Joshua Johnson once again making a play on the ball.
He shows his speed on the defense, and he did not get beat and makes a great play, breaks up the pass. Man, if that's completed, the coverage was so good, if that's completed, they might tackle him, but St. George's would have been humming deep in Sally's territory.
What a play there by Johnson. He has made play after play through the air. 3rd down and 4 for St. George's. That was a beautifully thrown ball by Wilson,
yeah,
too.
Walls.
Wilson takes the snap, gives it to his tailback. This is Martin, and he's going to get close to first down yardage. I believe he's going to be about a yard short, and I believe we're going to go right into the halftime.
Yes.
7-6-5, and that'll do it here. First half is done. 7-0. Salesianum on top at the break. And Jay, interesting first half.
Yeah, it was. It was dominated by the defenses here in the first half, and like I said, it's a good thing for St. George's. They got that stop, and now they get the ball to start the second half.
Absolutely. We're going to take a commercial break here. We're at the halftime. 7-0 Salesianum on top on Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports. We'll talk to you after the break.
Welcome to the Premier PT Stretch. This is Tom Winley, co-founder and CEO of Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Delaware. We're proud to announce our partnership with 302 Sports, where we will be bringing you discussions once a week with 302 Sports about current events, things going on and injuries in sports medicine, as well as things that we're doing as physical therapists out in the communities in the field in order to help your communities. Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been around for about 12 and a half years now, and we're fortunate enough to span the state of Delaware. We span from Wilmington to Middletown to Smyrna, Dover, Milford, and Lewis, and we have 2 new facilities coming online within the year that we'll be so excited to tell you about later in another Premier PT Stretch moment. We're also fortunate enough to have 8 athletic training venues throughout the state. We take care of the student athletes at Hodgson Votech, Aberquinnamock High School, Middletown High School, First State Military Academy, Caesar Rodney, and Polytech High School. We are also fortunate to now take care of the jockeys at Delaware Park riding the horses, which is a fabulous introduction to a new type of sports medicine that we're on the leading edge of, and we'll be presenting from Dubai this year at the International Jockey Safety Conference, and we'll be telling you all about that in the Premier PT Minute. We also take care of all the athletes at the DE Turf facility in Frederica, where they host national tournaments of all types, about 50 of those tournaments a year. We cover all of them, and that will be the home of one of our new facilities that we'll be excited to tell you about the specialized things that we're doing in sports medicine at that facility. We take care of patients of all ages and ability level with all types of pain and movement dysfunction and conditions. And we do this at all of our facilities. We do specialize in dry needling, certified hand therapy and splinting, and as well as injury prevention for workers' comp injuries, as well as the treatment of workers' comp injuries, which is a very specialized area of physical therapy. And we call our interventions in workers' comp fit to work. And our goal is to get you back to work safely, efficiently, quickly. We also tailor to work with folks who have been in auto accidents or other types of accidents. And of course, we see patients of all ages with all types of insurance, and we accept nearly all the major health insurance plans in the area. We will be coming to you weekly, not just me, but our fabulous team members who are out in the community, helping the community in all types of ways, not just within the clinic, and we'll be telling you about those specialized things. We'll hit hot topics like hot injuries in the sports medicine world, major problems that our folks in the community are facing, and we're excited to do that. Physical Therapy Association, and we're advocating for things for Medicare beneficiaries and other folks in physical therapy that are supported by the federal programs. We're here advocating for things like telehealth and making sure that we're able to interact with our patients and get reimbursed for that over video conference systems. We're advocating for access to care in underserved areas, and we're advocating for all types of payment policies so that we're able to continue to provide the best service for our Medicare beneficiaries. So I know it's fall sports season, and a lot of times we talk about sports, but today we're talking about advocating for all physical therapy and all the people that receive physical therapy out there. I had meetings today with Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester's staff. Actually also met with Senator Coons' staff, and then also met with Senator Carper himself. So a special thanks to Senator Carper, Senator Coons, and Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester, and all the work that they're doing for us in supporting our causes here. And so a little bit different today, not too much about sports, but this is Tom Winley, Washington, D.C., signing off with the Premier PT Stretch.
Later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor serves.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290's presentation of our football game of the week. We're at the break here with Salesianum and St. George's 7-0. Salesianum on top after the first half. Patrick Iriani's alongside me, Jason Winchell, and Jay. Defensive struggle, to say the least, here in the first half.
Yeah, both teams' defenses did an excellent job in the first half. Sallies got the ball moving there towards the end of the half and was able to capitalize on the drive and get the touchdown lead here at the break.
Absolutely, and, you know, kind of looking ahead here at what we saw in the first half, some stats that you have for us from both teams here offensively, despite the struggle.
Yeah, we'll start with Salesianum. Watkins, 10 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Salesianum passing the ball 3 of 6. Mooney for 32 yards. The big one obviously was that play to Calk down the sideline. St. George's, not much going on the ground game. The biggest run was quarterback Wilson for 12 yards on 1 carry. And then Wilson was 7 of 11 through the air to lead this St. George's team. Absolutely, and you talked about going into this game what we might have expected, and you got to talk a little bit about both defenses and what they've been able to do to bottle up and run games for both teams there. Yeah, they have, and what I've been really impressed is both teams have bottled up the running games, and their defensive lines are controlling the play in this one, and it forces both teams to pass the ball, and the secondaries for both teams are coming up and making the tackles when they need to, and that's really impressive to me because sometimes when it's one-on-one as a defensive back, if you don't make that tackle, it could be a big play.
You're exactly right. And diving into both teams here, we saw St. George's try and get things going early with the quick screen game. We haven't really seen any kind of alteration off of it. Offensively, what do you think St. George's could get going to try and get their offense moving?
Yeah, and they've had success a couple plays with that screen pass, but I'm looking for maybe like a hit-you-go or some kind of, Also, we saw Wilson, the quarterback, only run it the one time there at the end.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him run the ball more, too, especially out of that shotgun position. He gets some momentum going. He's a tough man to bring down.
That he is. Salesianum offensively bottled up early in that first half. They seemed to get something going towards the end of it with Watkins really opening the lanes up a little bit, getting outside on that defense.
Yeah, and what I like is Coach Narder saw that they weren't having success up the middle running the ball and tried to get it to the outside there. The only shocking decision, I think, in the first half was why Sallies went for it there on 4th and 2 instead of putting the points up and get that 2-possession score. But they've had success on 4th down, so Coach Narder thought maybe I could do it with one timeout left and maybe get a touchdown out of it.
Yeah, and you talk about that decision there, Jay. That was an interesting one because we've seen Simmons have the ability to boot these long-time field goals. It wasn't long. It was about a 35-yard field goal attempt. If you were the coach there, Jay, is that something you do to try and stretch this lead out to a 2-possession game, or do you fit in with what Coach Donardo did going for it?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I would have kicked the field goal, get that 2-possession the way my defense is playing right now, and maybe 2 possessions is a good enough lead for you to win this game. But he obviously thought maybe I could get a touchdown out of it, and St. George's called a timeout and set up their defense, so maybe he thought they were going to play for the field goal, and maybe he could catch them sleeping.
Absolutely. So we're going to take our commercial break here at the half. When we come back, we'll talk about some other things going around this week in the football world as well as the sports world as well, and look ahead to the second half and what we might see between Salesianum and St. George's. Thanks for watching on 302 Sports and listening on Fox Sports 1290. We'll be back after this.
At their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel.
Your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that
Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union
of our football game of the week. The Salesianum band just finished up their halftime performance here, and Jay, just looking at this, this first half again for the listeners on the radio. Some things that kind of stood out to you before we look forward here.
Yeah, and like I said, what I liked in that first half, defense, and defense wins championships. Both these teams are, right down now sitting at 5th and 6th spot. They have challengers coming. They need this win, and both teams are fighting so hard for this one, and right now the defenses are just dominating.
Absolutely, and looking around the world here as far as this week in Delaware high school sports and Delaware sports in general, I see you looking for some scores. What are some things that kind of stood out to you this week?
Yeah, to me it was the Division II battle yesterday between St. Mark's and DMA.
Mm-hmm.
DMA had a great record going in. St. Mark's had come in 2 losses and kind of a must-win. And they took it to DMA on their home field 21-0. What I like was, like France got hurt for St. Mark's. Calmer came in and threw a couple touchdown passes and got that offense going. So that was a big win there for St. Mark's. But how about Appoquinimink keeping it close with Middletown and had a chance there. They scored to cut it to 14-13 with 53 seconds left. They went for the 2 in the win.
Good for them.
On the road. And it came up short. Then they recovered the onside kick with 53 seconds left and got it down to the Middletown 20 before time ran out. So there, Appo's fighting for the playoff lives and knew how important that win was. And I like that. That's a good call there. It didn't work out in their favor, but I'd rather do that than play for overtime.
Absolutely. And, one thing we're seeing from Appoquinimink is a defensive-built team, right? Last week it was a 9-7 loss, unfortunately, to the St. George's team that we're seeing today. Now the 14-13 loss to Middletown there. But it's a program that's prided themselves on defense this year.
Yeah, and I believe in their last 4 games they've given up 14, 14, 9, and
14.
And 14.
Yeah.
So you look and you go, well, wow. And they're 1-3 in that stretch.
Oh, that's the worst part.
So their offense, if they could get that offense going, they could have had a couple more wins in that stretch. But again, it just shows you how good their defense really is.
They have been extremely, extremely good. And looking back to this game here a little bit now here, Jay, looking ahead into this second half, we saw the defensive struggle. We saw Salesianum start to get something going offensively towards the end of the half. If you had to look at both sides of the ball here, right, for either team, what are some keys that you're looking forward to if they want to come away with this win in a close game?
To me, I think, first of all, I'd like to see Salesianum better hold on to the ball, get that ground game going. We saw they had success running to the outside, so maybe a few more runs to the outside. But it all starts up front, and I think that's what Coach Denardo is saying at halftime to the big boys up front. You need to beat St. George's off the line of scrimmage because right now you are not, and see if they can get that going.
Absolutely, and that's a good point. And Coach Wilson and Coach Denardo have had a history against each other. Obviously, Coach Wilson for years at St. Mark's. And Coach Denardo being at Salesianum for the past decade or so, you're seeing that here in this first half. Both coaches know each other very well.
Yes.
They're taking advantage. They're taking away what they do very well. Coaching-wise, adjustment-wise, do you see them perhaps getting a little bit out of the box, or do you see them both kind of sticking with what has made them into programs that they've had the last couple of years?
I think you're being that this is I hate to use the word must-win, but it's close to a must-win for both teams. Especially with the schedules they have coming up. I think you, as a coach, you need to pull out all the stops that you can and come away with a victory in this one.
Absolutely, and one thing that we've seen is their upcoming schedules and how important this game is compared to what they're going to be facing. Do you see this second half that strive for this win, knowing how big and important this game is with the games coming down the stretch? Do you see that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. And like you said, Sallies has got Hodson next week at AI. Then they have Middletown the following week at Brandywine. And then they finish at St. Mark's, and St. Mark's proved last night that they're not, that's a Division II team. But, they always play Salesianum tough. It's a rivalry game. Those things are always tight. And then if you look at St. George's, you got Middletown. Another team that's having a great season. And so you really, both teams are in the mindset of, let's play good here in the second half to take the momentum into next week too.
Absolutely. And Jay, again, looking around the state, we've talked about a lot of things on 302 Sports Weekly throughout the week. Outside of football, what are some things that have kind of stood out to you?
Well, this is going to be one of the craziest volleyball weeks coming up that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
All these top teams are playing each other. Padua defeated Archmere last night. Newark Charter and Conrad played on Tuesday. Padua plays St. Mark's on Tuesday. That's going to be 1 versus 2. You can catch that game on 302 Sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's our fan vote that won it for Game of the Week. We just have so many interesting games. And then next Sunday, the tournament comes out. The seedings come out for it. So it's a busy week, and we'll see what teams can get in. And then in the soccer world, Salesianum and Appo played last week. And one of the craziest games I've seen, and Salesianum scores the first 3 goals and then holds on for a 3-2 victory over Appoquinimink. I can't wait to see that a rematch of that in the state tournament.
Absolutely. So we're going to take our final break here at the half. When we come back, we're going to get you ready for the second half kickoff between St. George's and Salesianum on 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290.
That you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home.
Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports presentation of this Delaware High School Game of the Week. We got about a minute to go before the second half kickoff, Salesianum and St. George's. And Jay, we're about ready to go. Both teams hyped up, ready to rock and roll. We reviewed it. Obviously, Watkins, 10 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. What stood out to you individually in the first half before we get this thing going?
Probably that. And I'm going to point out Rasheed Kalk on the Salesianum end. He broke up a couple nice passes on the defense end and made that catch, a great catch on the offensive side of the ball. And for St. George's, I think Wright has been excellent on the defensive end. Let's see if he can get the running game going for St. George's here in the second half.
That we will see. About 20 seconds to go before the kickoff. And we will see here if what exactly St. George's can put together here, as they will receive the opening kickoff here of the second half. And that Salesianum defense will get another look at this offense. Let's see if Coach Wilson makes some of those adjustments that Jay talked about, where perhaps they get this passing game going a little bit. Perhaps they let Nair Wilson get going in the running game a little bit. We will see here just moments away from the kickoff. Simmons getting himself ready to go to kick this one off.
We should note that Simmons has that great leg kicking in this direction last time, so let's see if he kicks another one for a touchback here.
Yeah, he put it right through the uprights. Nick Halliday, guy's doing the stats for us today. He talked. You should have seen him down there when that thing went through the uprights.
He was shocked
by what he saw. But yeah, here we go. The cheerleaders doing their halftime performance, getting everyone revved up, ready to go. We're broadcasting here on the St. George's sidelines. They've been extremely, extremely adamant. Salesianum has overflowed the opposing sidelines. And we are ready to go for the second half. Back deep to return for St. George's, number 5, Lamar Wright. Number 7, Giovanni Sanchez. And then, of course, number 9, Kashmir Abu. Simmons lines the ball up. Gives the signal. And we are underway here in the second half. And once again, Simmons, this one a little bit short, but a little bit short of the upright. However, it will be a touchback. St. George's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And we'll get our first look to see what adjustments they made offensively.
Yeah, we'll see what adjustments they made offensively and see if Sallies made any adjustments defensively. I'm sure one of the things Coach Salvo said at halftime is be on the lookout for that hitch and go.
That's a good point. You know that they've been thinking about it as much as we have up here. Right, Jay? If we're thinking of it, the coaches have thought of it.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. So here we go. Under center is the first time today for Wilson. I formation gives it back here to Sanchez, and there's nothing doing. Salesianum stuffs him. Maybe 1 yard gain on that play.
Well, there's one of the adjustments. Like you said, that's the first time they're in the I. Maybe he thinks that they could get the running game going out of the I position, but Salesianum was up to the task on that one.
And that's all because Salesianum has shown to be very good in pass coverage. They've gotten the job done. Here we go. 2nd down and about 8. I formation still. Dropping back to passes. Wilson, he's going to throw this one up. And it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Tyreek Martin. It was a nice fade route. That was great coverage there by number 23, James Johnson, dislodging the ball.
I'll tell you what. The Sallies D-backs have been all over the St. George's receivers. And there, like you said, great job of getting his hand in and dislodging the ball.
That is another big play by a Salesianum cornerback. Josh Johnson, Jehoshua Johnson, and, of course, Kalk. All 3 have made plays in this one. Empty backfield. Wilson in the shotgun. 3rd down and 8. Wilson dropping back, throwing, and it's overshooting his intended target. That was Sanchez. He was looking for in the flat. Overthrows him. And it'll be 4th down for St. George as they start the second half off with a 3 and out.
Yeah, great coverage there by Healy. He was all over him. And in fact, I think if that ball's caught, he might be short of 1st down.
I think you're right. It was a great coverage by Salesianum in that zone defense. Only 40 seconds come off the clock there. On the punt, Riley Dean. He's been extremely good with his leg today. Another wobbler. It's going to be fair caught at the 49-yard line there by Anthony Fortuna. Short field for Salesianum.
Great job by Fortuna coming in, up, making the fair catch. Don't let that ball hit that AstroTurf and bounce. And like you said, Sally starts on St. George's side of the field at the 49.
And now let's see what Coach DiNardo has come up with in terms of any kind of adjustments offensively.
And we know for sure that Coach Sibley, the defensive coordinator for St. George's, has probably also come up with knowing that Salesianum was running to the outside late in that half.
They go up the middle. Watkins makes what a spin move at the 40. He's at the 25, 20. One man to meet, 10, 5. Touchdown, Andrew Watkins. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Like you said, that spin move was incredible, and then he shows the burst of speed. Wow, one play, 49 yards, and just like that, Sallies goes up to 2 scores.
Unreal. Wow. Right up the middle goes Watkins, and when I tell you, for you folks listening on the radio, you're going to have to go back and watch this replay. That spin move, he went from going all the way to the right, spinning, and changing his trajectory completely, leaving defenders in the dust. What a play.
Andrew Watkins to start off this second half.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be one of our top plays of the week on our show on Wednesday night because that was just an incredible play.
49 yards for the touchdown. And Salesianum extending their lead. Simmons' extra point is up and good. 14-0 Sal's on top.
Yeah, and that's so Sally's defense forces 3 and out. Offense, they score on the first play, and they finally had success running the ball up the middle. But thanks to Watkins, who made the most out of that play.
Yes, he did. Unbelievable play there. So let's see now. St. George is finding themselves down 2 possessions. It was a tough first possession for them, a 3 and out. We will see what happens with it.
I think Coach Sonardo got his message across there at halftime because this Sally's team came out and did what they wanted to do on both sides of the ball on their first drive.
That is exactly right. So 11:01 remaining here in the third. What a move by Watkins.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
And again, it was nothing different from what we saw in that first half. They've been running that play this whole game.
And now with that, he had 10 for 63 in the first half. He's got 1 for 49 here in the second half, and both Salesianum touchdowns. So we said earlier we were hoping he was okay after he went out the first series, and it looks like he's good.
Yes, it does. Simmons once again on the kickoff, and this one once again booted out of the back of the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20. Such a weapon for Salesianum to have a kicker like this.
Yep, I thought the referee was going to fair catch that one in the end zone. But it is. I mean, I've seen that at Salesianum before where kickers, that's an advantage to put it in the end zone and have that team go 80 yards to score against you.
That it is. And one thing we have to keep an eye on for St. George's, 45-man roster. A lot of guys are playing both ways for them. In the second half here, does fatigue start to come in and play?
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
It's definitely a little warmer than it was this morning. So
Wilson gets the snap. He's going to toss it out, and there is nothing there for number 5, Lamar Wright. Smashed in the backfield. There is a penalty marker, and it's a face mask, which is big for St. Mark's, or for Salesianum. I don't believe it was a personal foul, so this should be of the 5-yard variety. But that was a 5-yard loss that ends up becoming a no gain.
Right, yeah. But again, there's just nowhere for the St. George's offense to run the ball. Sally's defensive line is just outworking the St. George's offensive line right now.
You're exactly right, Jay. And right now it seems that the only way the St. George's will be able to get anything going is through the air, but Salesianum has had that locked.
I was going to say, they've locked all windows and doors on the St. George's pass game. I know he was 7-11 in the first half, but a lot in the shorter variety screen passes.
Wilson takes the snap. He's going to roll back, look to throw, and there's nothing there. Incomplete pass. Great coverage on the play there. I believe that was number 88, Jack Healy. There is a penalty marker. Looks like roughing the passer here, Jay.
Wow.
Wilson did get hit at the end of that play, and he seems to be shaken up a little bit by it. But that's a big penalty against Salesianum.
Yeah, it is, and one that the coach will not be happy about because, his defense has come out and they stopped him on the first down run and play. They got a face mask penalty, and then the pass, and they get the rough in the passer.
That is a huge penalty against Salesianum. We'll move the ball all the way up to the 34-yard line for St. George's. It's a 1st down and 10.
And if you're St. George's, you want to start getting positive plays on 1st down because you've forced your 2nd and 3rd and long almost the whole entire game.
Wilson's in the backfield, single back. He's going to drop back to pass. Nice protection, makes the first man miss. He's going for it all. Double coverage down the field, and it's intercepted. The secondary does it again for Salesianum. And the 4th guy a part of this one that we haven't spoken much about but comes away with this is Jack Kelly, number 11. There is a holding penalty against St. George's.
So it'll decline it, and Salesianum will take over. But again, I mean, that almost serves as a punt because it was a deep pass. But Sallies, they're just not letting any separation from the St. George's receivers. And that's credit to them because that's been one weakness for Sallies in years past is the secondary normally gets exposed to the speedy receivers. And it has not been the case here tonight, this afternoon here at St. George's.
That it has not. And on a first down play, that's not what you want to see out of your offense if you're St. George's. Nair Wilson's trying to make some things happen through the air. But like you're saying, Jay, there is nothing there. And now Salesianum 14-0 can get in the same mood that they love.
And we've only played a minute and 18 seconds here in the third quarter.
And Watkins is dragging defenders across the 40 to the 43-yard line for a first down. He's starting to get going now.
Do you think he's rejuvenated? He's ready to play here in the second half.
He's up over 100 yards on the day already, 2 touchdowns.
He's probably got as many yards here in the second half on 2 carries as he did in the first half on 10 carries.
And, Jay, this has the feel of the Salesianum Dover game that we did a little earlier this year, where it's a tight game in the first half, but Sallies, they can wear down on you. Watkins again falling forward, picks up about 4. I'm sorry, that was Mara.
And you know, people always say, well, why do they keep on running the ball? Because of the fact that it does wear down the defensive lines. So even though you're not having success in that first half running the ball, it opens it up for later in the game. And that's why I think Coach Denard does a good job of keeping that running game going even when it's not working.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you're tied or have a lead, Salesianum, this fits right in. They don't care if they score a lot of points in that first half. This one goes to Watkins. He goes through the middle. Not much there, but he does pick up about 3 yards. The only time this game plan for Salesianum gets messed up is when the other team's scoring quickly.
Yes.
And getting a lead. In games like this is right where Salesianum wants you.
And like you said, you know, with the running game, now that, you know, there was a minute off the clock and they've already taken 2 minutes off on the first 2 plays. So, you know, just like that, this is what they want.
3rd down and 4 here. Approaching 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. They're going to throw this one back to Watt. That was dangerous. That's a dangerous play, and it's going to go nowhere. St. George's with the great job on that one. There is a penalty marker, though. We'll see what this is about. I'm not a huge fan of that play call,
I don't like that play call at all.
Face mask against Salesianum.
So an offensive face mask possibly on Watkins when he was
perhaps
going for the stiff arm, but so now
that'll move him back about 5 yards. I don't think it was personal foul, but what's interesting about this, Jason, is that pass was a lateral.
So it would have been a fumble if it's not caught, number one.
Yeah.
And number 2, it gets that you're having success running the ball up the middle, and now
in between the tackles.
And now
and there's a timeout. Coach Donardo wants to talk this one over. We're going to take our first commercial break here of the second half. 14-0 Salesianum on top on 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290.
Hey everyone, it's Manny Minutola with Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, coming to you with the Premier PT Stretch. Today I am at Delaware Park, where we have an athletic trainer that takes care of the jockeys. Right behind me there you can see on the horses racing. So we are on site taking care of any sort of injuries, issues, or anything that might be going on with the jockeys and their safety and their health. So we're actually going to be presenting in Dubai in November, talking about safety and what we're doing here at Delaware Park at the International Conference for the Health, Safety, and Welfare of Jockeys. We're really excited to be a part of this community here at Delaware Park and be a part of a unique sports medicine industry. If you guys have any questions or are interested in learning more about what we do here at Delaware Park specifically with the jockeys, visit our website at www.premierptsp.com. This is Manny Minutola signing off with the Premier PT Stretch.
Gentlemen here on Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports. 4th down and 12 here for Salesianum after the offensive face mask on the previous play. St. George is trailing 14-0. 8:55 to go here in the third quarter. Salesianum looks to have lined up in the punt formation here. It's a smart play by them. On the punt. Ben Turolski, he'll get it away. This one's a wobbler. It's going to bounce at the 32 and take a Salesianum bounce down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line, down by Josh Johnson. And that was where the Georges offense will take over. First down and 10. Trying to get something going offensively. There's going to be a quarterback switch here. It's number 2, Riley Dean, who has been playing wide receiver and punting the ball for the Hawks, will take over at the quarterback position. Nair Wilson looks to be on the sideline, perhaps getting checked for a head injury. We'll welcome back Jason Winchell. I'm Patrick Garianis. And, Jay, this will be interesting to see what happens now with the quarterback change.
Yeah, we saw that last series he got hit on one of the passes, and I think that's a good job. Make sure he's all right with these head injuries.
Here's Dean. He'll take the snap. He'll give it off to the running back here, Tyrell Martin, and there's really not much room for him. Fights his way forward, picks up about 4 yards. Not a bad run.
No, not a bad run, and with the backup quarterback in now, if you're Salesianum, you're figuring St. George's is going to have to run a lot of the time now.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're St. George's, you're still fine. I mean, it's a two-possession game. We're early here in the second half. There's no need to get panicky yet. If they can get something going, they can continue to ride that momentum.
Yes, definitely.
Here's Dean. One back in the backfield. He's going to take the direct snap, and he's going to get dropped in the backfield. Yelbert getting through there. Nothing doing.
Yelbert is just a beast on the defensive end. And
he is.
He's so tough to block.
And that is a 1-yard pickup. So with a timeout here for St. George's. And so far here, Jay, we'll stay right here.
Yes.
So far here in the second half, Jay, St. George's hasn't really been able to get anything going offensively. And Sallies had that one big-time play, but they really didn't get anything going either.
No, the second series got that first down and then had 3rd and 2 with that little questionable decision on that
swing pass,
the lateral. And so St. George's got off the field. But defensively, Sally's just all over everything. They're doing a great job against the run. They're getting after the quarterback. And their defensive backs are just not letting any receivers get any separation on them right now.
No, they are not. And 7:49 obviously to go here in the third quarter. This is a crucial possession here for St. George's, a crucial 3rd down as they try to claw themselves into this game. Big Division I matchup here today.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's good to see these two teams on the schedule against each other.
Dean, his first pass attempt is a little bit behind his intended target, falls incomplete. Kamir Abu, the intended receiver. 4th down and 4, and there's some penalty markers.
Yeah, that came after 23 for Salesianum. Did the incomplete thing. Well, I wonder if he got a taunting penalty.
And Yelbert's going to come off the field. I wonder if he may have said something too. This is not something you want to do if you're Salesianum. I mean, it's only a 14-0 game. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike against Salesianum here. That's a 15-yard penalty, and your defense was about to get off the field.
You just forced a 3 and out, and now all of a sudden St. George's has got 1st down. That will not make Coach DiNardo happy. In fact, if I'm the culprit, I'm probably staying on this side of the field.
Yeah, Coach, you know what? My mom's here to drive me home.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to take the bus back.
But and as a player, you have to know better. Those are the penalties you can't take.
1st and 10 now at the 37-yard line for St. George's. Dean's got 2 backs in the backfield, one to his right and one behind him. He'll take the snap. He'll give it to the tailback. This is right, and there's nothing there. Maybe picks up 1 yard. Great job by that Salesian defense, led there on a tackle by number 68, Brett Quokka.
Yeah, Brett Quokka, the transfer from Archmere, makes a great play. Only a sophomore. 6'2", 285. He just does a great job on that line.
He's a big fella, and it's definitely a sore subject for the Hawks. He was a big-time player for them. Salesianum loving the fact that he's over there now.
Yeah, the funny thing about him is he practiced the first 2 weeks at Archmere before the switch.
Here's Dean. Back to his left, right to tailback. They're going to set up a screen for right, and he's got some room to run if he can make a man miss, and he does. He gets across midfield to the 45-yard line where he steps out of bounds, and there's a late hit.
Yeah, and you got to call that one. He was tackled 5 yards out of bounds. Love the play call. Love the play call. That Sallies pass rush got in on the quarterback. You let them all rush upfield. You dump it over him, and like you said, all he has to do is make one man miss. He does. And then to break it all, he uses his speed, gets out of bounds, and then the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, great job. Like you said, that was a great play call. And Lamar Wright, when he gets out in that open field, can make some people miss. And, in fact, he did there. Matt Scott was the man that he made miss on that play, and that sets up the big-time first down. And St. George is threatening to score for the first time.
Yeah, now, how about this drive? 30 yards now on penalties. That is not going to make any coach happy. And really, it was that one big screen pass has been the only thing offensively.
Here's Dean. Same formation. They give it to Wright again. Nothing doing.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Well, you can say they got hit by 4 Salesianum defenders on that one.
Unbelievable. Healy, Quokka, and I believe also number 89 there. I'm not quite sure who that is on the roster. But they were all 3 of those guys in the backfield making plays.
Yeah, they read that play so well, and there's just nothing opening up on the St. George's ground game.
No, there's not. So timeout on the field. We're going to take one with them here. 6:22 remaining in the third. You're listening to Fox Sports 1290 and watching on 302 Sports. Your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to the 302 Sports Game of the Week. And we just had Nair Wilson check back into the game. Air one up to his intended target. It was Riley Dean in the back of the end zone. Pass interference against Salesianum. James Johnson did get a hold of Dean, preventing him from catching that ball. And this is St. George's again going to try and take advantage of a penalty here. It'll set him up with a first down and 10. It was a beautiful throw off the back foot there by Wilson, who seems to have passed the protocol. Was over there getting some wind sprints in before coming in after that timeout, and he welcomes himself back into that game with a really nice throw. And if it wasn't for the pass interference, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. And as a defender, if you're beat, why not take the penalty and prevent the touchdown?
And then they go under center and give it to the up back, Tyrell Martin. He picks up about 1 yard on the play, 2nd down and 9 for the Hawks at the Salesianum 15. They're charging down the field now, under halfway through the third.
And taking advantage of these Salesianum penalties. The big one was the one where they had that stop on 3rd down and you get that personal foul penalty.
I formation. Wilson is going to drop back, play action pass. He's got a man wide open, and he just leads him a little too far. He had Kamir Abu wide open in the back of the end zone, and he couldn't connect.
No, and that pressure started to get to him, and that made it forced a slight overthrow. But love the play call again. Coach Wilson's mixing it up here in the second half.
Yes, he is, and that's going to be one that they're going to look back at the tape and be like, oh, man, we could have had that. We could have had that. 3rd down and 9 now for St. George's.
Yeah, this is an important drive for St. George's to get points. You're deep in Sally's territory. You got to walk away with some points here.
Trips to the left side. Single receiver to the right. It's a screen pass set up and nothing doing. They tried to set it up for Sanchez. Salesianum saw that coming from a mile away. 4th down and 9.
Yeah, and if that pass is completed, Sanchez isn't going anywhere. Well defended by Salesianum.
Yeah, Yelpert was right there. Not much room. 4th down and 9. St. George's looks to be going for it here. Field goal will do them no good.
Yeah, I think you have to go for it here with 5:31 left, and that's an important play call here because you don't get in Salesianum territory often in a game, and now you're here for the first time. You want some points.
And looks like the play looks like it's going to be stopped. Let's see what this was. I think it was just a reset. And they'll be coming into the game. Tyrell Martin, the big back, maybe in for some pass protection here. Wilson in the gun. Trips to the right. They're going to roll to the right. Wilson, not much room. He's got a guy open, and it's intercepted. What a play! Diving effort by Healy. Intercepts it at the 1-yard line.
Wow, what a play by Healy, because I saw the receiver wide open. I thought that was going to be a touchdown.
He had Lamar Wright wide open. There is a penalty marker on the field there now, Jay. Let's see what this is.
Is it after the play, yo? Let's see.
Unsportsmanlike against Salesianum.
If it's so, where are you going to go from the 1 to the half-yard line, Pat?
Perhaps they're going to have to here.
Because I think it would be half the distance. Because I believe that is post-possession. So the interception stands.
It does. And they'll be at the half-yard. But what a play by Healy, because you're right, Jay. Lamar Wright is wide open at that front pylon for a touchdown. It was a beautiful throw. Healy just dropped back from his defensive end position and made a heck of a play.
It shows the athlete in him. Oh, my.
Unreal. Tremendous effort. However, Salesianum is pinned as deep in their own territory as you could potentially be at their own half-yard line. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Watkins and Mara in the backfield. I formation. They'll give it to Watkins. He's stuffed, and there's a safety. What a job by that St. George's front. It was number 8, Donovan Delaney, and number 36, Tyrell Martin, coming up with the big stop.
Wow, and there you see that penalty pushed you back to the half-yard line, and then St. George's gets the safety, gets on the board. And I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with their defensive line. I know they've given up that one big run here in the second half, but for the most part, they have done a great job. And what can you say? You know, I know a lot of people are probably saying, why didn't Healy knock the ball down instead of intercept that? He's running after because the guy's wide open in the end zone, so he's thinking, I got to make the catch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a great play by Healy, and he's a defensive lineman. He's like, I'm getting my mitts on this ball, you know?
I'm getting the interception when I can. But if I was Sallies, I can't be happy with the penalties.
No.
All right, you had 4 on the last drive alone, and then, you know, those post-possession fouls are just not smart.
It's keeping St. George's in this game, 14-2 right now. Let's see if that safety comes back as a big-time play in this game, because now with the score, you're already within 6 before you even attempt a 2-point conversion or a field goal.
Absolutely, yeah. So
the free kick is going to come from the 20-yard line. So St. George's will set up good field, but I don't think that Hunter Simmons will be able to get this one to the end zone. But you never know with this young man's leg.
No, you're absolutely right. But a normal kicker, you're probably going to get the ball at midfield. With Simmons, you might be back in your own territory a little bit.
Let's see how far he's going to let this one rip. I can't wait just to see how far he can kick this ball. And the St. George's fans have a little bit of something to cheer for. You can see them coming alive here. 14-2, trying to make this tide turn a little bit. Here's Simmons, and he booms this one. It's going to be fielded at the 15 by Wright. He's got a lot of room to run. He's across the 35 to the 40. So great job by the Salesian. That's Healy and number 6, Joey Montooth, coming up with the tackle. The Hawks will set up first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and like you said, he's got a good boot. He kicks it deep. But because he's trying to get as much as he can out of it, it's a little lower. And it gives Wright a chance to run it back. But still, 41-yard line. Great field position for St. George's.
Great field position, and now Wilson will be out there once again. To his right's Bo Ride out. Behind him is this young man, number 5, Lamar Wright. He gets around the outside. Not much doing there. 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Sallies defense is just not letting the St. George's running game get going at all.
They are not. And St. George is going to have to try and hit one of these big plays. They've had opportunities down the field in the passing game, just unable to make the big-time catches. Salesianum has made all the plays on those 50-50 balls.
Right. Salesianum's picked off 2 of them here in the second half. But, yeah, they're winning the 50-50 battles. And I think part of that's due to the pressure they're getting on Wilson. I mean, Wilson's getting hit every time he throws the ball.
2nd down and 9. Wilson dropping back on the play-action pass. Steps up, throws. He had it, man, but again, Healy making a play in the air. He was looking for Riley Dean on the crossing route, but Healy gets his hand on it, knocks it away.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I've been really impressed by Healy. He's a defense end, but like you said, he's going back and jumping back into coverage. And he's forcing these incompletions or interceptions.
Yes, he is, and if you're Coach Donardo, that's you gotta love seeing that. Your big fella getting in the passing game, knocking some passes down. The outside linebacker, we don't typically see him in pass coverage. He's lined up on the far sideline. 2-by-2 set, single back in the backfield. Wilson drops back. He's looking to throw. Now he's got to make something happen here. Quokka's going to down him for a sack.
I'll tell you what. Quokka's having a coming out party here for Salesianum tonight. There he gets the sack. We mentioned his name a lot in the run game. There he gets the big sack. And great job by the Salesianum defense forcing a 3-and-out after the safety. And maybe get the momentum back on their side.
Salesianum's defense proving to be too much right now for St. George's to hold on up front against. That sack was a loss of 9. 4th and about 18 here for St. George's. Dean's on the punt. He'll boot it away. He's been good today. And once again, he will move the return man, Fortuna, back for the fair catch at the 35-yard line. One thing I want to speak about is Fortuna's willingness to receive the punts in the air. It was a bit of a lost start there for a while in the state of Delaware. He seems to be trying to catch everything. I really like seeing that, saving his team some field position with that.
Yeah, and every time, because it's a high punt, just call for the fair catch. They can't hit you, but you prevent the ball from rolling an extra 15, 20 yards. That's huge.
Exactly.
You start at the 35 instead of the 20.
Watkins, the back in the I formation, he gets the carry, goes outside for 3 yards. There's a penalty marker. This usually means holding. Let's see what happens here.
I think you're absolutely right.
And it is holding against Salesianum.
6 penalties now for Sallies in the second half alone, and that's one thing you cannot have next week when you got Hodson on the schedule.
No, you're exactly right, Jay.
You got to clean this up.
Right now, you're lucky that St. George's hasn't been able to get anything going offensively. This moves them back all the way to the 25-yard line. First down and 20.
Yeah, now now you're in this big hole where, with a 14-2 lead, you want to run the ball and run the clock. But now at 1st and 20, you got 20 yards to go. You might see a pass or a way the clock can stop.
3:10 to go in the third. I formation. Watkins the tailback. They'll give it to him. He's got a big hole, and he ran the wrong way on that one. If he came all the way towards this sideline on the St. George's sideline, he might still be running.
Yep.
He kept it up the middle and picked up about 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, and so it says, so now it's 2nd and 17.
Instead of, maybe 2nd and 3.
Right. like you said, Watkins being the senior, who had an excellent junior season and a good senior season so far. Probably would like that one back a little bit.
We've seen him since he was a freshman over at St. Mark's.
Mark's.
Split backs. Mara and Watkins. This one will go to Mara. He breaks through the hole, dragging defenders, gets to the original line of scrimmage, and then about 2 more after that, pick up a 9. It'll bring up a 3rd and 8. Nice run by Liam Mara.
Yeah. And what I always like about Mara, runs so hard.
He does.
You know, even when he's stopped, he gets the what I call the yak, yards after contact.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he gets, instead of it being 3rd and 10, now it's 3rd and 8.
Absolutely. As we tick under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-2 your score. Salesianum on top. Jason Winchell and Pat Gariani's with you here on Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports. Shotgun here. And they're going to look to throw. Mooney doesn't have much, trying to make something happen with his feet. And there's nothing there. Great job by that pass rush. St. George's led there by number 51, Michael Santos on the sack.
Yeah, you said great pressure, but I also want to give credit to the secondary. They were all over the receivers. He had no one to throw to. And sometimes, that was a coverage sack as well.
Absolutely. 4th down and 8. And once again, St. George is still in this one. 14-2. If they can get something going offensively, could put some pressure on Salesianum.
Absolutely. You know, the defense is doing their job in this one for St. George's.
The punt is away. It's a good one. It's going to move all the way back to the 20-yard line. Sanchez, he goes through the 30, knifing his way through the defense up to the 35. That's a really good return there for Giovanni Sanchez. 15 yards on the return. And St. George's will be set up 1st and 10 at the 35.
Yeah, one time St. George's was able to get a good return set up. Great job by him. He picked up 15 yards on that return.
And now the big question mark for the Hawks here. Can this offense generate a scoring drive?
Yeah, that's one thing they haven't been able to do. That we saw them get deep into Sally's territory, but 45 of that came from the penalty. So they still want to try and get this offense going. And right now they just can't get anything going against this Sally's defensive line. It's winning all the battles right now.
Once again, ride out and right in the backfield. They'll give this one to ride out. He makes a man miss, gets up across the 40-yard line, pick up a 5 on that play. That was a good 1st down run for St. George's.
Yeah, and that's the biggest run by a running back here tonight. Wilson, the quarterback, had a 12-yard run in the first half, but everything else has been 5 and under.
2nd down and 5 now. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if the Hawks try and get one more playoff here before we go to the 4th. 10 seconds. They're going to have to go a little bit faster than this. A little bit of urgency. Ride out and right in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson is going to throw this one a little bit behind his receiver. He had Dean for a 1st down. He was a little bit behind him, and Kelly knocked that ball away. And that'll end it in the 3rd quarter here, Jay.
Yeah, good again. Great defense by Kelly. He was all over that, knocked it down, and it's going to be an exciting 4th quarter here, Pat.
That it is. 14-2 your score. Salesianum on top. We'll come back with 4th quarter action after this break on 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290.
Your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, We understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as...
And we're back here, fourth quarter. Here's the big 3rd down and 5. They get it out to Dean on a screen pass, but nothing doing. Salesianum's defense comes up with a big-time stop, and once again, St. George's unwilling to get this ball moving and keep the chains moving.
No, and absolutely all right. Sally's been all over that screen pass, and forces a 4th down.
4th down and 7. Looks like the punting unit's going to come on for St. George's. Keep an eye out for a fake here, Jay.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're getting late in this game. You're down 12 points. You need to get, especially with the Salesianum willingness to run the ball and eat clock.
Dean out there to punt. Once again, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on 302 Sports at Fox Sports 1290. I'm Pat Garianis, along with Jason Winchell. The punt is away. Yelbert runs into the punter, and that's going to be a penalty. The return gets to the 40-yard line, but let's see.
Is it 5 or 15? That could be a key.
That's going to be a huge key. 15 will give him a first down. The 5-yarder will give him a decision. Because even at the 5-yarder, it'll be 4th down and 2. Maybe they think about going for it.
Right.
The officials are going to talk this one over. But that's a big-time penalty. Again, biting Salesianum in the back. It's a 5-yarder, it looks like. They're talking to the St. George's sideline to figure out what they want to do. But Yelbert ran right into Dean, the punter.
Like you said, I'd probably take the penalty because, like you said, it could set up a 4th and 2. You might want to go for it.
And that's what it looks like they're going to go with. It's a 5-yard running into the kicker penalty. 4th down and 2. And now let's see if this offense comes back to the field for St. George's.
Sally still has a returner out
And it
there.
is. You can see they switched it here, Jay.
Yep, and good job by Sally's realizing it and getting the returner off the field.
Let's see if St. George's can get something going here. They're in a almost must-score position. A minute has elapsed here in the 4th quarter already. They're down 2 scores.
Yeah, if you're Sally's, again, that running in the kicker now, you had the ball back, and now you're giving them a chance to get first down.
Huge penalty. I formation. The box is stacked. They're going to toss it out to Sanchez. He's got a lane to run, and he will get the first down. Big-time play for St. George's, picking up the first down, and another penalty comes back to bite Salesianum.
Yeah, that's one thing Coach Nardo can't be happy about, the penalties. Love the play call. You said they had the box stacked. What do you do when you have the back stock? You get the ball outside, and hopefully you get enough for the first down, and they do.
Sanchez did a great job there. First down and 10. Ball at the St. George's 47-yard line. Under 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the 4th. Wilson takes the snap. He's dropping back the pass. Screen pass. Beautifully done. They get it to Sanchez. He gets across the 50 and down to about the 47-yard line. Not a terrible job by Salesianum considering their whole entire front 7 was up rushing the passer. They limit that gain to only 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times where Sallies gets 6 or 7 guys back there, and that screen pass is able to be effective. Like you said, great job by the secondary coming up and making sure that play didn't turn into anything more serious.
2nd down and a long 3, short 4, whatever you want to call it. Wilson takes the snap. He's dropping back to pass. Zings it, and it is dropped in and out of the hands there of number 11, Tyreek Martin.
Yeah,
he had him.
He had him. He stops short of the defender, Johnson. He's right there, and like you said, just in and out of his hands. And sometimes as a receiver, you're open like that. Your first thing is you're looking to see where the defenders are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough.
That one would have been good for first down yardage anyway. It brings up a 3rd down and 4 now for Wilson and the Hawks. Empty backfield. Pressure looks to be coming from Salesianum. Wilson gets it out, completes it, and that'll be a first down. Sanchez across the 40. And now St. George is looking to make some some things happen here.
And great job by Wilson. He sees the blitz was coming. He audibles out, gets a quick pass, quick hitter, and St. George is able to get a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. A score here would be huge for the Hawks. It's going to be Wilson and Sanchez in the backfield. Trips to the far side. They're going to look to the far side. They're going to go deep. Challenges secondary again, and he overthrows everyone, Wilson does. That was James Johnson back there in coverage. Dean was the intended receiver.
Yeah, like you said, great coverage downfield, and, it doesn't hurt just to overthrow that one and live to see another down. You can't afford a turnover here.
That you cannot.
No.
2nd down and 10 here. And let's see what St. George's comes up with. Trips to the far side. Sanchez in the backfield. Wilson's going to look. He's hit as he throws, and that leaves him to have to throw it up high. And that falls incomplete. Cuoco, once again, the man disrupting the backfield. And Wilson definitely took a shot on that one.
Yeah, and what I like about Sallies is, Wilson's throwing the ball a lot. He's feeling that pressure. I mean, he's going to hit every play. And as a quarterback, it forces your mind to go elsewhere with it, and that's why he's a little bit off target on some of his throws.
Perhaps that's right. I mean, there's no doubt. You start to feel that pressure like you're talking about, Jay. 3rd down and 10 here for St. George's. It's going to be an empty backfield. Trips to the far side. 2 receivers to the near. Wilson is going to keep this one, and they run where the defense wasn't. It's going to be a first down for Wilson across the 25 down to the 24. That's a big-time play right there for the Hawks.
Yeah, he ran one time in the first half, success, runs again there in the second half, like you said. Saw where the defense wasn't, he took it upfield, and then he dragged a couple of tacklers along with them.
It looked like an overload blitz to the left, and it was a QB power that went to the right side, and there was just too many offensive blockers for the defenders on that one, and that was just a great play call from St. George's, and now they're set up, marching. 9.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. They need a score. 2-by-2 set, single back in the backfield is right out. Wilson takes the snap, dropping back, looking, firing. He's got a man deep, and he overthrows him yet again. Tyreek Martin had a step on Johnson.
Yeah, they had a step and going towards the back corner in the end zone. Like you said, the throw was overthrown, that it was out of bounds, so even if he would have been able to get underneath it, he probably wouldn't have been able to stay in bounds. But again, that pressure comes and forces you to air it out a little bit more than you wanted to.
And Wilson's done a good job of staying in there and getting rid of. And if he just takes a little bit off of some of these passes, he'd have had a couple big plays already in this one. 2nd down and 10. Right out the back in the backfield. Another pass coming. Wilson rolling right, throwing, hits his intended target on the drag route there, as that was Giovanni Sanchez picking up about 7 yards on that play.
I like that. Like you said, a nice drag right, where the same direction the quarterback's rolling out to. And an excellent job by St. George's, and now it's up 3rd and short.
And that's a great throw on the run from Wilson.
Yeah.
That brings up, that was about a 5-yard gain, not a 7. So 3rd down and 5 here for St. George's. 8.5 to go here in the fourth. A score is essential now.
Yeah, 4-down territory all the way here.
And if you're Sallies, this isn't hurting you too bad. The clock is winding here. Here's the pitch to Sanchez. And Healy comes up with the tackle. Pickup of about maybe 2 or 3. In fact, it's going to only be a pickup of 1 based off of where the officials spot this one. So 4th down and 4.
Yeah, and this is probably, with 8 minutes to go, this is probably the call of the game right here. Both offensively and defensively here.
Double tight here coming from the St. George's Hawks. 2 backs in the backfield. Under center's Wilson. Sanchez is deep. It's a play-action pass. Wilson's looking, throwing, and it's too high as he was looking for his intended target there, Theodore Anderson, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
And Jack Kelly with another breakup of a pass. And now Salesianum, like you said, they get the turnover on downs, and with 7:40 to go, they can bring their offense back.
There, that one's a little bit deflating for St. George's. And now Salesianum can get into 2 clock mode. 7:40 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of running for them throughout the rest of this game.
Watkins gets the ball. He goes up the middle, spins, and that one didn't work this time. Tyson Blakeney comes up and makes a big-time hit on that play. 5 yards on the carry, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, like you said, the spin move didn't work, but the run did. And get 5 yards on the first down play is what you'll take if you're Salesianum.
2nd and 5. Tick, tick, tick on the clock. I formation now. Mara and Watkins in the backfield. Mooney under center. Motion's coming across. They pitch it to Watkins. He's looking for room on that far sideline. Gets the first down and goes across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Yeah, and you see key Sallies every time you get a first down on this drive, you can run another 2-3 minutes off the clock, which is huge when you have a 2-score lead, 12 points.
And at some point here, you got to think about St. George's trying to take some timeouts to try and preserve clock, especially if they can get to a 3rd down.
Right, absolutely.
6.5 to go here in the fourth.
And if you're Sallies, you cannot take any penalties.
Mooney under center. Watkins the tailback. Motion man Poppity comes across. They go up the middle to Mara, and there's nothing doing there. Great job by that St. George's front. And that's how you got to start a drive off if you want to turn this clock around.
Right, absolutely.
2nd down and 9.
Force them to half into pass.
2nd down and 9. Under 6 minutes to go now, halfway through this fourth quarter. 14-2. I formation. They give this one to Watkins. He sneaks through and maybe picks up 2 yards. Great job once again for St. George's there, coming up with the stop. That was number 51, Michael Santos.
Yeah, he's had a big game for St. George's. We mentioned his name a lot. There he comes in, fills the hole, makes the tackle, and sets up 3rd and long.
3rd down and 6 for Sallies. And looks like an official's timeout. Or no, Salesianum's going to take a timeout. So with Salesianum taking a timeout, we're going to take our final timeout here with 5:10 to go in the fourth. 14-2 Salesianum on top. You're watching 302 Sports and listening on Fox Sports 1290. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, on 302 Sports presentation of our game of the week. Listening live on Fox Sports 1290 as well. Big time stop there by the St. George's defense. Watkins had nothing on a sweep play. 4th down and 5 upcoming, and St. George's turns around, calls a quick timeout, and now they still have a chance here, Jay. 5 minutes to go, down 14-2, but they need a big play.
Yeah, they need a big play, but they're, like you said, they stop it, they get the timeout like that you said they were going to be calling, and, you know, they get the ball back here, but they have to move quickly on this drive, being down 2 scores.
Yes, they do, and it's something that they haven't been able to do. They've had 2 drives here in the second half where they've gotten down deep into Salesianum territory and have come away with no points. This will be crucial for them to get a quick score and then probably have to go with an onside kick here.
Yes.
Salesianum will bring on the punting unit. Giovanni Sanchez will be back deep for St. George's to return.
Watch out for him. He had a 15-yard return the last time.
Yes, he did, and they might want something a little more longer than 15 yards here, honestly, if you're St. George's. Ben Turolski punting this one away. Sanchez will field it at the 28. Makes the first man miss. Cuts up and gets to about the 33-yard line. St. George's has got about 67 yards to go if they want to score, and 4:50 remaining in a 14-2 ball game. And now they just unveiled the great Fox Sports 1290 and Crown Trophy Player of the Game Award presented by the U.S. Air Force. We won't reveal quite yet who the winner's going to be, but we think we got our eyes sight on one particular individual.
Yeah, like you said, it won't reveal it yet, but I think we're leaning towards the same guy right now.
And here's a screen pass. They get it to Sanchez. He gets it down to about the 37-yard line where he steps out. About the 38-yard line. So nice little 5-yard pickup on the swing pass there for St. George's, but they're going to have to get some bigger chunks of yardage. They need 2 scores here, Jay.
Yeah, they need 2 scores, like you said. Smart play was he did get out of bounds there to stop the clock, but they're going to need that home run ball sooner or later.
Here they're going to go with another screen pass for Sanchez. And Healy comes up with a big-time shoestring tackle for a loss of 1. Wow.
Yeah, Healy's been all over the field there. Like you said, good tackle. What Healy did was force him away from the sidelines and back in the field of play, and then makes the tackle.
3rd down and 7. 4:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. St. George's doesn't seem to kind of have a sense of urgency here.
No.
Would love to see this offense kind of just walking up to the line. Sanchez in the backfield, 2-by-2 set. Losing his shoe was Wilson, and he finds his intended target there, Lamar Wright, who gets across the 45 for a first down. But, again, St. George's is going to have to get up on the ball and move here. Under 4 minutes to go. Wilson still trying to get his shoe on and does.
Yeah, once the change reset, they'll restart the clock here. But good job by St. George's. They're going to have to go no huddle.
Wilson dropping back, quickly firing outside, and a good job there by Joshua Johnson. Coming up, knocking that ball away. Intended target on the play there was Tyreek Martin.
You know what I like about Johnson? He always seems to be around the ball and makes a play on it. And like you said there, he bats it away and forces the incomplete pass.
This Salesianum secondary has played a near-perfect game in this one, Jason.
Yep.
One of the top performances I've seen from a secondary against a big-time pass attack in quite some time in this state.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's been really good.
Here's Wilson. He's dropping back the pass. Blitz coming. Setting up the screen, and it's incomplete. Sanchez had some room to run if he held on to that one.
Yeah, he did. I like the play call. Like you said, he had room to run, taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Sallies pass rush.
3rd and 10. 3:43 to go in the 4th.
The thing about the incomplete pass is now St. George's can huddle up and come up with the play here.
So here we go. 3rd and 10. Wilson Dropping back, all alone in the backfield. Makes some men miss. He's going to go deep. And it is intercepted. Rasheen Call comes up with it. It was a jump ball. And he comes down with it at the 15. Again, the Salesianum secondary making a play.
Yeah, good job by Colk, all over him. He got whacked pretty good, Colk, so I'm hoping he's okay.
And how about that? 3:35 to go, and that might be the icing on the cake here for Salesianum. Defense coming away with big-time plays in this one.
Yeah, and if you're a defense, you got that high-powered Hodson offensive attack. This is a good week for you. You got to see your defense play real well, especially in that passing game.
Oh, and that's going to be crucial going in the next week. 3:35 to go. It's a wishbone backfield for Salesianum. And the first carry goes to Ian Mara up the middle. Makes a couple men miss. Goes across the 25. Still on his feet. Up to the 29-yard line. He picks up a first down for Sallies. What a run.
I think he got 9 yards after the initial contact there. And what a run. He showed the heart. And that first down, like you said, could steal the game here.
It very well could. Mara is impressive. It's a nice complimentary to Andrew Watkins.
Yeah, he is.
3 minutes to go. This one goes to Watkins. He is met immediately at the line of scrimmage, but does claw his way forward for 2 yards. As we tick under 3 minutes to go. He has been something tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Andrew Watkins.
Yeah, he has. And like we said, not 100%. He got hurt in the first series and gutted it out here this afternoon and this Salesianum team needed this win today. And Watkins put him on his back there, especially the offensive side of the ball.
And he may have just come off the field to the last time in this game, as Montooth will come on for him as we approach 2 minutes to play here. They give this one to Mara again, lowers the shoulder, gets across the 37, close to first down yardage. And this, let's see if they give him a first down on this or if it's going to be third down and an inch. It's a first down.
Yeah, what I like about Moore is he's just one of those tough runners. He's always fighting for that extra yard. Like you said, he lowered his shoulder there, picked up the first down. And then, this is probably going to seal it now. You get 2 minutes left and you get 3 more downs to run. But St. George's does have some timeouts, I believe.
Wishbone backfield once again for the Sal's. And this one's going to go to Mara. There's nothing going there. No gain on the play. How about that? They had the big fella in the backfield for Salesianum. Number 63, Quadir Colvin. 6'1", 300-pound fullback.
Wow.
Came through lead blocking.
Yeah, there you go.
Minute and a half to go. Second down and 9.
That's a weapon to have, right?
Yes, it is.
6'1", 300 pounds.
So, Jay, I think with this one about a minute left to go in this game, I think it's time to name our Crown Trophy player of the game. And I think we both agree that there's a young man who kind of carried the offense today for Salesianum. Is right there. That was Mooney picking up about 8 yards or 9 yards on that second down run for a first down.
Yeah, and it'll be that Andrew Watkins who had a great game here today, and he's the crown jewel player of the game.
Counter, yeah, absolutely. 147 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Of course, that big time touchdown really to start the second half off, 50 yards on that carry, and that really kind of put some safety distance between Sallies and St. George's in this one, where St. George's, when they made those runs late in this game, didn't really seem to have Sallies too much on their heels because it was still a 2-possession game.
Yeah, and like you said, it was the first play, in the first offensive play in the third quarter. He does the damage and gets the 2-score lead.
And there's the knee from Mooney as we will tick under 30 seconds to go. And that'll do it. Both teams will be approaching midfield, shaking hands as we tick under a final today. Salesianum gets the win 14-2 over St. George's. An impressive performance defensively from Salesianum.
Yeah, like you said, great defensive performance for Salesianum. What you need, because next week you got that Hodson high-powered offense. And the week after you got Middletown. So to come out here and to see the defense play so well for Salesianum, it's got to make Coach Salvo and Coach DiNardo real happy.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Andrew Watkins, you talked about it, Jay. He was our Crown Trophy player of the game in this 145 yards. So 2 touchdowns in this one. You talked about a gutsy performance coming off an injury here. Injured his foot early in this game. To put that together for them in a game where they struggled to move the ball aside from him, what a performance from him.
Yeah, he, like you said, he gutted it out. Tough runs. Had the 2 touchdown runs, and he was able to provide that spark that this offense needs, because while he was out early in that first quarter, those first 2 series, Sallies had trouble moving the ball.
That they do. So 14-2. Sallies gets the win. St. George's fallen to 4-3. Tough schedule down the stretch for these guys the last couple of games. St. George is almost in the situation where they got to win out to make the playoffs.
Yeah, St. George's is almost. Like I said, there's 4 teams fighting for 2 spots. So St. George's is in there with Appo, William Penn, who they've both beat head-to-head. So that could help them come down the stretch. But it's going to be tough. They're going to probably have to win out.
Yeah, and then, of course, looking ahead now next week here, Jay, Salesianum moves on to 5-2. They got a tough schedule down the stretch. A big win for them.
Yeah, the big win for them. Much-needed win here. A big 6 points on the road at a good St. George's team. And that will prepare you for the next 2 weeks, especially next week when you got number 1 Hodson coming to town to face you at AI DuPont.
It's going to be a great game, no doubt about it. And looking ahead to us next week as far as 302 Sports Game of the Week and our Fox Sports 1290 Game of the Week, where are we heading next week, Jay?
We are heading to AI for that battle between number 1 Hodson and Salesianum. So I'm looking forward to a great contest there. And I'll tell you what, that Hodson offense just continues to roll, and will the Sallies defense be able to slow them down at all?
We will find out. You're not going to want to miss that one next week, and you're not going to want to miss 302 Sports Weekly coming up this Wednesday when we break down that game and talk about all the sports and wrap everything up across the week of Delaware High School sports. So thanks once again to everybody for listening to Fox Sports 1290 and watching on